lost $125,000 to an AI scammer that sounded just like my mom. It started with a phone call. I'll never forget. My phone rang at 8:14 a.m. on a Tuesday. That morning I was still half asleep, scrolling through emails, when the screen lit up. "Mom." I answered without hesitation. What I heard shook me, her voice, trembling, terrified, saying my full name. She was crying. She said she had been in a car accident. She said she was being held by the police because the other driver was injured. Her voice cracked. She begged me to help. It was the most real thing I'd ever heard. She kept saying, "Please don't let them take me away." I couldn't think clearly. I sat straight up in bed, clutching the phone. I asked her where she was. She said the officer would explain. A man took the phone, calm, authoritative, said he was with the sheriff's department. Said mom had rear-ended someone on a highway ramp. The other driver was unconscious because of the potential fatality. They were charging her with reckless endangerment unless bail was posted within the hour. He said if I wanted to keep her out of jail, I'd need to wire $125,000 immediately. I froze. It was a ridiculous amount. I told him I didn't have that kind of money, but he said they already verified my bank had that available. He rattled off the name of my bank, my address, my full name, even my mom's maiden name. I didn't even ask how he got all that. I was too busy listening to my mom sobbing in the background, calling my name again. That voice, it was hers. He said they'd been calling family, but I was the only one who picked up. He said she'd be transferred to a detention center out of state if we didn't act fast. He gave me instructions, told me to keep the call going at all times. Said that because of the ongoing case, I shouldn't speak to anyone. Not my bank, not family, not even the police. Everything had to be handled discreetly. I got in my car and drove straight to the bank. Still on the call, still hearing my mom whispering and crying, I told the teller I needed to make a wire transfer. I told her it was an emergency. She gave me a weird look and asked what it was for, but I repeated what the officer told me, personal legal matter. That was enough to let it through. I wired the money to 3 different accounts, just like the man instructed. He thanked me, said I'd done the right thing, that mom was being released, that I'd get a call back in 10 minutes. 10 minutes passed, then 20, then an hour. I tried calling the number back, disconnected. I called my mom's actual number. She picked up instantly. She was fine. She had just come back from her morning walk. She hadn't called me. She hadn't been in any accident. She had no idea what I was talking about. My legs gave out. I sat on the floor, staring at the blank screen of my phone, and that's when it hit me. It wasn't my mom's voice. It was an AI deepfake. They cloned her voice, her tone, her panic, even the way she says my name when she's scared. I didn't know voice cloning scams were even possible like that, but apparently they are. All it took was a few seconds of her voice, maybe from a voicemail or a video online, and they used it to steal everything. The bank said the wire transfers were already cleared, gone. The accounts were international shell companies, most likely untraceable. Even the FBI agent I later spoke to said this type of scam is becoming more common. It's called a voice phishing, or vishing. Using AI, it targets your emotions, your instincts, and it worked perfectly on me. I kept hearing that voice in my head for days, her crying, the way she said my name. It was like my brain had been hijacked. That voice had triggered a survival reflex. I never even thought to question it. I always thought I was smart enough to spot scams. I never clicked sketchy links. I used strong passwords. I avoided shady calls, but I wasn't ready for this. No one is. If you've got voicemail greetings, birthday messages, Instagram clips with loved ones talking, that might be all. A scammer needs to build a perfect replica to make it sound just like the people you'd do anything to protect. I lost $125,000 in a single morning. Everything I had saved gone, and the worst part? They used my mother's voice to do it. If you found this story helpful or eye-opening, please consider sharing it with someone who might be at risk. The more people know about these scams, the harder it becomes for scammers to succeed. And if you've experienced something similar or want to share your story to help others, send it to us at the email in the description below. You might save someone from falling into the same trap. This is MICHAELMITNICK, where we expose scammers and their tricks so you can stay safe. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more videos.